if I can just work out what the hell I'm gonna do. Break this stranglehold that my writer's block situation. We're officially out of the writing slump. You're going to come out the other side and you're gonna get excited again. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Bri. If you're new here, I write books. I'm currently working on my first novel, a speculative archaeological thriller, but I also write like dark academia and fantasy. Let's jump into the video. Hi guys, so it is now a Monday afternoon and I've been desperately trying to work through this plotting stuff to get me back to a point where I can get over this writer's block and keep writing. And with this plotting stuff, I think I have fixed a bit of a kind of plausibility, ironing out some reasoning for something that I just felt I hadn't like confidently enough worked out and explained, but I am still not clear on all of the things that are going to be happening up to the next bit where I am clear. Does that make sense? And so I'm trying to work out these knots, but I'm in a bit of a like procrastination, not wanting to do that kind of heavy mental labor right now. So I've been trying to get some inspiration and I started Mistborn and it is amazing. Anyway, I digress. I am finding, because I love Brandon Sanderson's writing content, his series of lectures, they're free on YouTube. Go check them out if you haven't seen them. I think they've done a lot to like level up my writing craft. Just the way he speaks. He's so enthused and passionate and dynamic and just loves writing and the craft and the act of writing so much. And that just gives me a lot of inspiration. And then you read his output is like vast, his books. You know, stylistically, they are very simple. The prose is like simple, functional. It does the job because the language isn't there to be like an obstacle or for you to dwell on it, right? It's all in the plotting, the characters, the story, the pacing. And so the language, like it is functional. I know some have criticized him for that. I think it's necessary for like these books, and you just want the language to be like a transparent pane of glass and you look through it and you get to watch this like epic fun story play out. So Mistborn, if you don't know it already, it's basically like Ocean's 11 takes place in Mordor and it's a lot of fun. And like vibes wise, in terms of that kind of writing style combined with like the atmosphere and the magic system, it feels, anyone old school enough to have read David Eddings' The Belgariad and Malorian, epic fantasy that I loved as a teenager. It's like that meets Jessica Jones because of like the hard magic system and the way that that's kind of written. It's so accessible. Gone off on a bit of a book rant, I apologize. But basically the reason for all this is because it's one of the things that is keeping me excited about writing and wanting to progress. You know, when you need a bit of like fire in your belly to try and get over some procrastination, and it is making me want to write again. And so if I can just work out what the hell I'm gonna do in this plot and this outline, I'll be able to make some progress. So I'm thinking how we're gonna do this. We're gonna like vlog a little bit over the Christmas period and just see what I can get done. So I will see you guys very soon.
Never really know what's going on. Look at me sometimes like all you want to do is...
Guys, I think I've done it. I think I've cracked it. I have finally got an outline with plot points to get me from where I am now until the end of the book. And look, I'm not telling you it's perfect, and I'm not telling you that it's gonna be, that's the final form it will take. I think it's enough for a discovery draft for me to get some bare bones down, and then I can see what is and isn't working, what is too much, what is too little. If some of it is a little hackneyed, maybe I can step back and take a view from seeing the completed story as a whole and then work out what needs reworking in my next go around. So the key here is that hopefully next time I sit down to do some writing, I will know where I'm going. I'll have clarity about what's next. And that will mean I'm not sitting staring at a blank page going, oh, I don't know. I should be able to get words down and keep stepping forward until we hit the end of this book. I'm feeling very optimistic. I am not going to write today. I want to let this percolate and I want to ride this feeling of excitement, and I'm really hoping that next time I sit at my computer, inspiration is just going to take me. We are about to enter my daughter's Christmas holidays, and so timing is going to be interesting, but my husband has a reasonable amount of time off, so I'm optimistically hoping there will be some writing sessions. But I just sat down and jotted down notes longhand, and I feel like it helped. Could I finally be out of the deep dark depths of writer's block? I guess time will tell, but I'm hoping we've had a breakthrough. Okay, so I'm going to try a writing session. I'm going to do a 25-minute Pomodoro style writing sprint. I'm going to put on AK Morford's 25-minute like writing sprint with me video. I wanted to print her 30k in 30 days workbook to use some of the like tools in there, but my printer is not working. It's against me. So just getting myself settled in. I've got a coffee, and then yeah, let's see if we can break this stranglehold that my like writer's block situation has been. I've got all of my notebooks, and yeah, I am hopefully good to go. So I'm just opening my Google Drive because I downloaded the Forest app, which AK Morford uses, and you like plant a little tree thing and it grows over the course of your sprint, and if you use your phone it like doesn't count, and it's kind of a bit of an ADHD dopamine hack hopefully. So let's see how we go. Am I going to be able to break myself out of this writing slump? Sorry, scrolling to, how many pages are in this document? 168 pages total, but there's a whole epilogue that's been written, and I need to go back to the last place in the novel that I got to. There we go. Oh, that was a spicy scene that I wrote that actually isn't going to go in. Ignore the ADHD-ness of that little laptop, and let's get going. Okay, this must be where we are. So I just need to read to like reorient myself with where we got to, and then let's try a sprint. Okay guys, so here we go. Let's do this sprint. Who knew? So that Pomodoro little sprint there worked really well for me. I did 1,030 words in the 25 minutes and grew a tree in my Forest app, so I'm happy. I'm just debriefing myself and writing like where I've got to and like what I want to be doing next when I come back to this. 1,030 words more, so the total number of words in this document, that's 62,248 words. So we're moving. Have I broken out my writing slump? I'm not going to say definitely yet, but like I've taken the first step, and I'll let you know how future writing sessions go. And there we are. Later I need to sow pragmatic seeds for this character's personality. And what else? We've just done rabbit and updated that character. Sorry, me again, but I just worked out that I literally have 40 days until my deadline that I've set myself with the 29th of Feb to finish the novel, and with a number of days left in Jan today and the rest of Feb, it's literally 40 days. And if that means that if I need to cover, I want my word count to end up around like 95 to 100,000 words, so that's approximately 40,000 words, a bit less, then I need to be writing anywhere from 895, 950, 1,000 words a day for the next 40 days, which is a bit daunting because I'm out of the daily writing habit. But I think if I have a couple of like super productive days, or if I have a few days where I try this sprint, and then on my next day where I have my little one with the childminder next week, maybe I can try and do like some back-to-back Pomodoro sprints, or try the AK Morford challenge and get like a serious day done, which could be really interesting. So yeah, let's see how we do. I have just had a mini writing session. I don't actually know how many words I just did. Should we have a look? Let's see what we did. It's not a lot, by the way, don't get too excited, but okay, that was 548 words for like a few minutes. That's not bad. But I've had a few sessions of like 1,000 words or so. Novel is now over 65,000, and I'm just feeling like I might not have all the habits back, but I am making progress. I know where I need to be headed, and it's just a case of taking each small step, maybe trying this big 3-day 30k challenge or some kind of equivalent, 2-day 20, we'll see, because that would get me over the line. So yeah, let's see where we go. But I'm feeling really good, and I think a combo of like switching up how I work, having a bit of time to think of a new magic system, trying some Pomodoro sprints, having an app to give me a bit of dopamine, doing a bit of AK Mulford's ADHD hacking, I think it's worked for me, and rewarding myself. I just ate like half a jar of Nutella. Whatever works. So I've been rewarding myself for doing another mini writing session with a little bit of crochet, because I had this idea that it would be, I learned to make granny squares recently, I think I said in another video, and I thought it'd be cool to make basically like a big granny square and then like fold in the corners to make a book sleeve. I'll show you, it's gonna look cool. It sounds weird, but it's gonna look really cool. So yeah. Out of the writing flow. I'm so happy and excited. I don't know where we last talked about this, because like life has been lifing, but I just feel so much better, and I feel like taking the pressure off, taking a break really helped, but also trying these new things, trying a bit of like AK Mulford style motivation. I still haven't done the sort of 30k in 3 days or my equivalent 20k in 2 days challenge. Let's take this out. I'm looking very scraggly. Sorry, this is post-school run. But I've done enough different stuff. You will have seen earlier in this, like me resolving some of the plotting stuff, which obviously made it a bit easier. And then also today I sat down and I was like, you know what, I just need clarity. So I've got, what's going on here? I've got a scene by scene outline of from where I am now, which is kind of like midpoint to the end of the book. And I think it kind of bugs me, because the way that I'm just so all over the shop with writing, I really need to know, not even maybe just like the plot, but like what scene I should be writing, like what's coming up basically, and just having that there written out for me. So I sat in a cafe this morning and I just had my on the go book, and I have plotted the scene by scene thing, even with word count targets, which is not actually something that I generally do. But I did it scene by scene, and sorry, you're getting a lot of glare from my filthy glasses. And so now whenever I sit down, I can be like, right, this is the one we're writing, and progress. So I feel like the end is in sight. I'm not gonna hit my end of Feb self-imposed deadline, but I'm gonna be good for when I start the Jericho Writers course in March, and end of March, early April, and I'm really happy, really excited, as you can tell. And today, thinking about like the climax section of my novel, so we're calling it Project Lost, by the way. It's gone through in my head several like project titles. It's been, I think it was Project Atlas for a while. It was Project Portal for a bit. I don't think I shared these on YouTube, but this was like in my head, and now it's Project Lost. So I was thinking about the climax and just kind of like mapping out those scenes and what's going on. It's in a really cool location that I'm so excited about. And actually then I thought back to a trip that I have taken to this location, and it's silly to not talk about it, because like who knows if you're ever going to get to read this novel, but like because it's a speculative archaeological thriller and there are sort of various things to solve, and it's meant to be a mystery, so like it's a spoiler to reveal it. You guys probably don't care, but the location is really cool. I have a really big interest in like mythology and religion and spirituality in different cultures, and kind of archaeological finds surrounding this, and so like researching it and thinking about how the mythology kind of maps into my themes, and different traditions from different parts of the world and different cultures kind of interrelate. That's like my nerdy pleasure. So I've had like so much fun with that, and the big challenge is obviously going to be not info dumping a ton of stuff into the novel, just because like I love it and have a great time with it, and actually like selecting what needs to be in and what adds and enhances and what needs to go, and just stay like my research and personal knowledge. But yeah, I'm feeling really good. I will have a writing session later today, but I just wanted to share the joy that I think I can officially tell you that I'm out of the writing slump. All of these things really have helped me break it. So figuring out the plot, having this scene by scene outline, trying Pomodoro sprints, having a think about A.K. Milford's approach and sort of rewarding yourself with dopamine and, you know, changing how you work. So if any of those things maybe help you get out of a slump or just give you a bit of inspiration, I really hope you can run with it. Another thing that has been getting me out of my slump, anyone who's like seen any of my shorts recently, maybe you have, you probably haven't, but you will have seen me get a bit fanatical. And in my last video, I talked about how much I'm loving the Mistborn trilogy by Brandon Sanderson. Said that wrong. Brandon Sanderson. I'm like 20 years late to the party, but I'm not very far through the final book of the Mistborn Era 1 trilogy. And they're so good. They're so good. And what I really love, he's an expert at like, he gives you what you need to know and a richness to the world and the detail. But then as you progress, more is revealed, but you can tell it was like there all along and it was planned that way. It's not just like random inspiration, but there's no like info dumping and giving you too much. Like the gradual revelations are handled so well. I don't know if I could ever hope to master it so like adeptly, but I would love to try and like think about that a little bit and work out how to bring that into my novel. My point here was that reading something that gets you excited and has some useful craft lessons, but also you can just like enjoy the fun of the story, I have found really helpful. It like takes some of the heaviness and like the, you know, we're doing this for fun, we're doing this because we want to, we're doing this because we bloody love stories, and I think making it into this like, ugh, it's so hard, and like it is hard, it is a real challenge, but also like it's a joy and a privilege and we do it because we want to. And I think like working on the mindset of like taking the heaviness out, making it fun, keeping it light, trying all these different things has finally broken me out of that writing slump prison. It has been a stressful time lately, which is why like content's been a bit all over the place. I haven't been running for the last week and I am quite stressed. So I'm keeping the pressure off. You might have seen like my gentle January reset video, which maybe is like the vibes you need if you're in a similar place. But also like hobbies that aren't writing have really given me space to not only like work out the rest of the story and stuff, but just like to help sort my head out and like help me calm down. Crochet, I've spoken about before in my Tolkien routine video because it's like such a cozy hobby and it felt like very cozy vibes. He wasn't a crocheter, but it's really helped me. I crocheted this bag and it fits an epic fantasy size book in, so I'm really happy with it. My husband looked a bit bemused. He is probably not a fan. He said it reminds him of Eat a Mess, but the red and the pink gets my dopamine going. That repetitive act of crocheting gives me a chance to like work out creative stuff, think about my plot, think about character development. I'm also, you can see a flash of yellow over here, I'm crocheting my daughter's, well, book day costume. She wants to be chicken licking. So like spreading the love of books and stories, right? But I really hope you guys are all well. I'm sorry we've been all over the shop. And if you are in a writing slump, I really get it. I really get it. And I'm hoping that this is like a rope from me to you to like pull you out, or a little beacon of hope that even if you're meant to be in it for a little bit longer, you're going to come out the other side and you're going to get excited again. I'm actually feeling excited about my project again. I feel like I'd gotten a bit jaded and a bit stale, but Project Lost is my new best friend again. So thank you guys so much for watching and for bearing with me while everything's been like, I'll catch you in the next one.